warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Anisa Setiawati. My NPM 19220254 from Class B3 English Education 2019. In this video, I will explain about analyzing student difficulties in reading comprehension on announcement text. Next slide is, there are several points that will be explained. And number one is abstract. This study aims to determine student difficulties in reading comprehension, and the object of this research is the 10th grade student of Cimahi City. This research uses descriptive quantitative research. The sample of students taken is 23 10th grade students. Data collection was done by giving a test in the form of question about reading comprehension material for announcement text. From the research that has been done, the result is that the 10th grade student of Cimahi City have difficulty in making conclusion with a percentage of 50%. And for the lowest percentage, the result is 13 in the section on understanding the meaning of word vocabulary. We jump to the next slide. The number 2 is method. The research used in this study was descriptive quantitative research. Descriptive quantitative research is a method to investigation some problem using statistic and analysis data. The population of this research was 10th grade student at Kota Cimahi. 23 young students were chosen as a sample of this research. The test is given to students in the form of multiple choices questions. The material comes from the 10th grade basic competence, namely announcement text. Before the reading test was used in this research, the test should be validated by doing content validity test, item validity test, level of difficult test, discrimination index of the text, and reliability test. It was done to ensure that the test fulfilled the criteria of a good test. We jump to the next slide. By giving a reading comprehension test using multiple choices, the researcher tried to find out whether each given question is included in the category of questions that are difficult for students to do or not. As a basis for determining whether or not a question is difficult, it will be determined by the correct and incorrect answer from student. Then, the result was calculated by using the scales suggested by Arikunto 1989 as follows: S equals Rn by 100%. Note: S equal incorrect percentage of each aspect, R equal incorrect answer for each aspect, and the last is N, total sample. And the next is findings and discussions. In this analysis, there are 9 sections for the reading comprehension test. That is, the number 1 is understand the meaning of the word vocabulary. The number 2 is find specific information. The number 3 is identify references. The number 4 is applying rules or patterns, grammar. The number 5 is identify social functions. The number 6 is determine the main idea. Number 7, evaluating unstated questions. Number 8, make a conclusion. Number 9, true or false questions. And the number 10, questions are given to class 10 students, but there is one part with 2 numbers, namely finding specific information. The result of presentation of student reading difficulties can be seen in table 1. This is the result of the percentage of student reading difficulties is in 9 sections. Seen in the first table, the result of the percentage of student reading difficulties with incorrect answer on 9 sections of reading comprehension varied. The results were from 13% to 50%. From the data obtained, there are some difficult questions due to misrepresentation. The percentage student reading difficulties in understanding the meaning of word vocabulary. The section on understanding the meaning of words vocabulary, student difficulty in answering questions. The percentage is only 13%, meaning that the questions given are quite easy because there are only a few mistakes. In the finding specific information sections, the percentage of answer from student is 40.5%, meaning that the questions given are included in the medium level. The percentage student reading difficulties in identifying references. In the section of identifying references, seen from the percentage of student difficulties only 13%, meaning that the questions given are quite easy because there are only a few mistakes. And the next is the percentage students reading difficulties in applying the rule or pattern grammar. In the section of applying rules or pattern grammar, the student difficulty percentage is 45%. This proves that this question is at an intermediate level because the error rate is quite large. And the percentage student reading difficulties in identifying the social function. In the section of identifying the social function, seen from the percentage of student difficulties only 17%, meaning that the questions given are quite easy because there are only a few mistakes. And the next is the percentage student reading difficulties in determining main idea. In the section of determining main idea, the percentage of student difficulty is 80-60%, meaning that the questions given are at a very difficult level because the error rate is very large. And the next is the percentage student reading difficulties in evaluating unstated question. In the section of evaluating unstated question, the percentage of answer for student is 65%, meaning that the questions given are included in the medium level. The next is the percentage students reading difficulties in making inferences. In the section of making inferences, the percentage of student difficulty is 90-50%, meaning that the questions given are at a very difficult level because the error rate is very large. And the last is the percentage student reading difficulties in true-false question. In the section of the true-false question, the percentage of answer from students is 60%, meaning that the questions given are included in the medium level. And the next slide is conclusion. It can be seen from the percentage in the pie chart result. The highest difficulty experienced by student is in the making conclusion section with the number of errors reaching 90-50%. For the part of determining the student's idea, the difficulty reached 86%. For the percentage of evaluating unstated question, the error reaches 65%. And for the true or false part, the error percentage reaches 60% for errors that are not too big. Namely, in the applying the rule or pattern grammar sections, it reaches 43%. For the finding specific information section, the error percentage reached 40.5%. For the identifying the social function, the error percentage is quite small, only 17%, and the smallest error percentage is in the section on understanding the meaning of word vocabulary, which is only 13%. So that's all for my explanation. Thanks for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.